Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be working on the Bonneville finally, doing some more work on it. We kind of like skipped last week because it was raining. Well, it's not getting better, so we're just like, you know, screw it, let's do it. Tristan actually has a new addition to the fleet.
I do.
He bought a hoe.
I did buy a hoe, a fat hoe.
Let's go see it.
It's over there. Don't mind Davis's
lawn ornament. Yep. It's in style.
She's a 2007 Tahoe LTZ, the first year of this body style. Which normally is bad luck, I think.
Yep.
But not in this case.
It's got the 5.3 in it.
It does have the 5.3 in it.
It's actually in like immaculate condition. It's super nice in here.
It was my dad's, and he took pretty good care of it, so.
Let's check under the hood.
Thank God.
It's got this chrome on it, kind of a boomer thing. We'll probably remove it.
I hate me some chrome.
Oh, it looks like he hit something, or I don't know what that is.
I think, see, I was looking at that too. I think that was just from the detailer.
So you got the whole engine bay somewhat detailed, all shined up and stuff. Yep, it's the 5.3, so we're probably going to be doing some, like this is going to be somewhat of like a daily, so we're not obviously not going to do crazy stuff to it.
Race cam, meth.
Yeah. You know, intake, turbo, twin turbos.
Twin turbos, for sure. We'll just switch the manifolds around.
We might do some just cheap stuff to the intake, remove the baffles, remove the meshing in the MAF, and new filter, because you can just gain some mile per gallon with that.
Yep.
And maybe just like a muffler, maybe.
Yeah, that's
just something to waken up the V8.
It is a little slow, as you can imagine, from a stop. Exactly as slow as anyone would think it is.
Also, it's on these donkers.
Yeah, these
it's 22s, 305, 45, 22, some Proxies ST.
Which also is not exactly my style. I prefer the whole black, not like part of it chrome, a part of it black. But
where's the year on this thing?
I don't fucking know.
I'm just looking for the age of this.
Damn. That's really kind of shitty that I didn't
should be there
before.
92 or
both of the fucking quarter
2116, so the 21st week of 2016. So they're actually not that old, like 4 years.
Look at this.
Oh, bubble and paint.
And here.
Yep.
And that was on the other quarter panel too.
Nice.
That's not good.
Well, let's go undercover. The camera's getting kind of wet. I mean, it is a GoPro, but that's fine.
It's got start, lock, unlock. It's got the glass, and then it's got the automatic door up.
Does it have what's it called? Remote start?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's nice. So Tristan's got his supercharger. I think there's still some. Yeah, there's probably some touch up that needs to happen. It's kind of wrinkly in some places. You can actually hear it, like it's separated from the metal itself.
Yep.
But yeah, you can just use some touch up or not. I don't know what his plan is. But he's also got some other stuff here. He's got his throttle body. He's got his 3.4 pulley. It's a 3.4, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's going up in size just for, you know, to begin with. He had a 3.0 on it before, but with everything, you know, the tune and stuff, we want to be safe.
You want to be safe on a lower compression engine, higher compression engine?
Yeah, higher compression, new plugs, and new exhaust clamp and stuff like that. So I think today we're going to do some general stuff on it, get the power steering pump, get the air compressor on, just get everything plugged in and stuff. Last thing we would need to do really is the intercooler lines. He still needs to buy the intercooler lines, the inch lines he's going to go with. And yeah, we're going to start on that. It's kind of jumbled a little bit, but we're just going to jump into it. Since we have the canopy, it'll be a lot easier. I would not want to work on this in the rain at all.
Yeah, for sure. Neither would I. But mainly what's got to happen is everything's got to be plugged in, exhaust hooked up.
Yeah, the exhaust is another one. We're actually going to have to get under the car, put some cardboard down to get the rear manifold on, because right now it is just hanging back there.
Also, not to mention the trans lines and...
Oh, it can still move, so we actually might not even have to loosen it.
Okay. Just
get it lined up and get some bolts in. Let's focus on that first, just so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Where are the bolts at? You know?
We'll have to take them from Project F.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll get them in there. I'm not sure how much we'll be able to show.
Those look kind of like them.
These are the ones, I think, or maybe these are the ones that weren't the right size that we thought we bought the right ones of. Oh, they're threading in.
Yeah, these are threaded in pretty easy.
We'll use a couple of these. Getting the rear ones, while everything's kind of out of the way, is a bit easy. So I have to line everything up. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that and update you once we have more progress. All right. Oh, God. Falling over. So I'm on top of the car right now. I just set these bolts down right here just so I can hold them.
Nope.
Yeah, I got that light. I have no idea what we're gonna be able to show back here, but I did get the exhaust manifold in place. We already tightened it down below the car, and I just lined it up with one of the studs that was on the cylinder head and got a bolt in, so it's all lined. Got a gasket behind there. I'm just gonna slowly one by one get a new bolt down there.
This is looking good. There's clearance here.
Oh yeah, for the
barely, but yeah, that's good.
The
Good thing you test fitted it.
Yeah, delete. Yeah, that would have been a pain having to come in and out and do that. So we're gonna get the bolts in. Yeah, Tristan, you want to show what angle I'm at here?
This is my patented Bonneville method. If you're working on the engine, you
gotta have your towel to help your knees.
to not kill your knees on the support.
All right, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the rear exhaust manifold on, and then we can get the front exhaust manifold on. Actually, no, let's wait on that until we can get the transcooler lines and
AC condenser on.
It'll just give us more room. But yeah, should be good to go.
The AC condenser is pretty much ready to go on, and then the power steering pump is just on the other side. Also bungee corded. It's just ready to go on with the alternator. Yeah, so pretty much everything just is ready to be bolted up and shit.
Yep. So we're gonna continue with that. I'm gonna get the back exhaust manifold bolts on. We'll probably get the power steering at least because it's out of the way, and then some of the wires, and we have the intercooler all cleaned up, and then the supercharger we can put on. We need to buy a new belt, where it's going to take some trips possibly.
That will probably take some trips.
Because last time Tristan got the intercooler, he had to get a new belt size because it's obviously increased the length of the belt. And he had to go back and forth. So I think we're just going to clear the shelf of all the belts and try them until they work.
At least 10 different belts.
Yep.
Because they don't mind us doing that. Some people, I mean, that's like an actual method.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and continue with this and cut back once we have some more progress.
Wow.
All right, guys, we got the rear exhaust manifold on. It ended up being much easier with just using a 13 mil ratcheting wrench. One of these guys just to get back there. Very easy, just have to be on top of the motor. Next, we're going to go ahead and start on the power steering pump down there. Let's see if I can get a light. Yeah, you can see it's on the bungee cord. There's bolts that go all the way through pretty much. We'll just have to line it up. It is kind of tight down here, but that's what you got to work with. So I think you left a bolt. Yeah, this one right here. So basically it lines up with the pulley hole. Here, wait, let me grab this real quick. So they're bolts like this that go all the way through. Let's try and get the bungee cord off of this thing.
Damn, I can't even see that shit.
Yeah, you guys are probably not really going to see much.
They're not going to see a damn thing because I can't even see anything.
I'll show you once it's on. I mean, that's pretty much what we have to do. It's just the opposite of taking it off.
Yeah.
Yep, so we're just going to go ahead and do that and cut back once we have the rest of it, on there, the power steering pump.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we actually removed the coolant expansion tank because that gives us so much more room down there. You actually see, once you move the lines, right down there we got all the room we need. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the power steering pump and line it up with the bolt holes. You can just barely see them down there. So yep, I'm going to go ahead and get it done here. Well, it is pouring rain. We've been messing around with the power steering pump for a while now. Basically what happened is you get the power steering pump in line. There's 2 bolt holes, and on the cylinder head there are through the power steering pump you put 2 bolts through, and then there's 2 bolts on the cylinder head, and we just cannot line it up. The power steering pump is hitting the motor mount. I went in the garage looking, and I remember this bracket, I had no idea what it went to, but it looks like it should match up with the bolts on the cylinder head, and then it has a divot cut out for the back of the power steering pump, and these bolts, these holes thread for the bolt that we need. So we're gonna go ahead and get this bracket on and then see about attaching the power steering pump to this. I think that's our problem, is this bracket wasn't on here. We looked at a bunch of other videos online too, and none of them even had that. So I think it's specific for this motor too, possibly. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that started. All right, guys, as you can see down there, that's where the bracket, oh God. The bracket attaches right there. So that should line up perfectly for the power steering pump. I'm gonna go below. Tristan will hold it up top, align it. I can get the bottom bolts in, and we can finally get this power steering pump on.
By the way, this bolt and which other one?
13 mil, and the other one's on it right now.
Okay.
And then I think our problem was, since we swapped blocks, obviously, because the other one blew up, we took that bracket off and just forgot about it. So another, You should label everything when you're doing something like this.
We did that with the Camaro, and it helped. We just didn't do it good enough, but I mean, and then we just yeeted it with this car.
Well, we started doing it. We have a couple bags, but that was like with the, like, taking it out first, so nothing with the actual engine build or anything, so.
Let's get this baby in.
Yeah, I'll go down there. I just need my 13 mil on this, and we can get it on.
You want some fresh cardboard?
This one's good. Bringing it down, yeah. Show the people we got it. I had to go down there. I had some water dripping on my nipple. It doesn't matter. We got it.
Hell yeah, that's a good sound.
And then we just need to get the bottom one.
If you have a Bonneville, do not forget about that bracket.
Very important.
Very important. You will not get your power steering pump on if you do not have that bracket on.
I was like, Tristan, we're going full race car. We're
deleting the power steering.
All right, that is good enough. It's pretty tight down there.
All right.
I got a lot of water on my nipple.
Got some water on his nipple. It's all wet.
I was under the car and it's pouring rain. It's perfect time to start working on a car.
Yep.
I guess now the next thing we should do is probably get the
AC condenser.
Yeah.
Well, I need to get
the trans lines out.
So to get the bottom line here, I want to take this bolt off, but I cannot get that shit.
You can reach down here, I think, through the...
Try to get a wrench on it. No, you could not. Oh, maybe you could, but not from directly bottom.
Yeah,
but
there's not a lot of room.
I don't think there's a bolt here on this side. I think it's just free.
You just want to remove the radiator? Or the fan?
Yeah, because I think we'll have perfect visibility of the bullshit once we're done with that.
Yeah, that's true. We can even take the bumper off and...
But you see, this one, it looks...
Just more.
This trans line looks pretty easy to get off.
At the top, yeah. That's one of the trans lines?
That is one of the trans lines. The other one, no idea where it attaches because I can't see it.
So I think we're just going to look into this. We're actually going to go pick up Zoe and pick up some food. And... we will be back once we have more progress.
Oh god, we're gonna die.
It's absolutely pouring, but this canopy is keeping us dry for the most part. We just got the radiator out of the way, so we have all the room for these transmission lines. We're gonna do some research on how to plug them. They do have just like a bolt in them with a C-clip for the line, so we're thinking about just removing the full fitting and then plugging it with RTV or Teflon tape or something.
Something with like a bolt in there, but you know, it doesn't actually really matter.
We're also...
Once we get the fluid out.
Yeah, we're also going to check and see size-wise if we can even mount the transcooler behind here, but it is kind of looking like it might not have enough room, but you know, we'll see. And yeah, I got the power steering pump on. I did go back and tighten it down more. Once we have the trans lines figured out, we can go ahead and get the AC bracket on, or put the fans back on, and then what else do we have? Then the exhaust, I guess, and then intercooler lines so we can start plugging stuff in. Yeah, that'll be the last things we need to do.
Yeah, the plug, getting all the plugs right is going to take the most amount of time, I think.
Yeah.
Plus we got the intercooler, supercharger, fuel rail,
engine grounds and stuff.
Heater hoses, but oh yeah, we need to find those things that bolt into those black things, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Find those. When are we going to pick up Zoe?
About now. So let's clean up real quick and let's go get her. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. We'll be back with some more shortly. We're just gonna go ahead and clean up everything and we'll be back. All right, we are back. It has stopped raining. We got some food. We went ahead and took the transmission lines out of the ports there like we showed. It's just a C-clip and then they pull out. So what we're gonna do is kind of the opposite for the actual transmission. We're gonna get the transmission lines in the transmission side, cut the lines like that, and then we have a barb fitting here for them to go on to new lines to where we're gonna place our aftermarket cooler.
Yeah.
We actually do need a second one of these. I think you only have them. You have two of these?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
In fact, yeah, it's just in the box still, somewhere around here on the car.
Yep, and one other thing, we're gonna do some research into it, but just like blocking off those ports on the radiator, kind of need to figure out how to do that. I think with it being no trans fluid in there, I don't even know if you need to block them.
Yeah, it's
I don't
only
know.
the trans fluid that's in it right now, and
Yeah.
it's only gonna leak out over time, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll do some research into it. I've read people just block them up. So now that we have that, we can figure out where we want to put the lines. We need to get the new lines in the transmission, cut them where we want to, and then you know,
we don't know
where we're
we
gonna
don't
do
know
that.
where we're gonna mount the transmission cooler yet. So why don't we
I would say we're gonna have to take off the bumper to figure that out.
why don't we do that later, and focus on like just getting more things in the car.
Well,
so, like we get the AC condenser.
I don't think we should do that, or even the exhaust, until we get those lines done.
Why?
Because we're gonna be under there and routing them.
Yeah, but I mean, we can route them to where we would know it wouldn't hit the exhaust and whatnot.
That's true.
Especially
All right,
because it might not even go around the exhaust if we mount the the trans cooler lower.
Yeah, let's go ahead and lift up the car more, get the on jack stands, so we can get the AC compressor on, and then the starter and exhaust.
Yeah.
That just sits in there, and I think we just put some bolts through it.
It actually, this thing sits on all 3 studs right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes through, and then we just get some bolts on. Pretty easy. There is a bolt that goes in the side of the block, but should be fine.
Oh my god, it's heavy.
You're almost in there.
It's fucking heavy.
You almost got it. Boy, you almost got it. I can do it if you want.
It's fucking heavy, dude.
Here, just hold the camera, and I'll get it.
There. We got it. Nice. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yep, so
we got it.
Got that on. Just get the bolts on there, and then there's one that goes on the side, I think.
Hey, throw this on there?
On the back.
No, that's probably
Way too small. Yeah, we'll look for where those nuts are.
Yeah, there's somewhere around here.
Does that work?
We got a winner.
Nice. What size is it? Let me see. At least we know what they look like.
I found that just on the table though, hanging out. But that one looks no place.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and find what bolts work for it, and then we're gonna lift up the car to get under it, so we can tackle these transmission lines and get the starter on.
Getting the starter put on, guys. Davis is under there.
It might be easier to get those down here bolting first. Yeah.
Starter installs are really easy in this car, thankfully. Like the only thing that's really easy to do. There we go. She's in there.
Might need to loosen it just to align everything, but pretty much it.
Oh yeah, those nuts weren't even tight on the AC compressor, and yet it's tight.
Literally only one's in too.
So so the AC compressor, guys, we got all 3 nuts on the front of it, but it requires a bolt in the back here to thread in. But like without these nuts even tight, this thing, I literally can't even get it to move. So we're thinking that the 3 nuts are gonna be fine. I'm gonna have to look at some starter diagrams and make sure I get the right. I think that this side is the negative, but I don't want to be absolutely sure. All right. Hello. All right.
Yeah, man. And yeah, we'll just tighten these ones up. Yeah, literally, there's only one on there holding it, and it's like really tight.
Yeah, literally, you guys just saw him move it. The whole engine moved. Not the AC compressor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like you could see the engine barely moving. See, it is one piece. So.
Oh, it's the same one. This one is.
So, we'll be back with even more progress.
Yeah, once we have this tightened down, I think we have some stuff down there we just want to figure out, like wiring wise.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And then
I suppose we can do that now.
We can plug the trans cooler lines in.
That's true.
And yeah.
It's coming together, boys and girls. Super excited. And then once Bonnie and Project F are home, then I won't have any room for cars.
And your hoe.
And my hoe. All right, we will be back, guys.
All right, guys, we got the new transmission lines. We're going to use this side. Basically, it goes in the transmission like that, and we'll cut these lines pretty much close here as possible so we have a lot of length left so we can get the adapters through.
But Davis said that, I mean, they didn't look like these would actually work with what we have.
Yeah.
We bought these for a Bonneville.
They seriously don't even look like they go there.
And so they don't look like they even work out. But we don't even need them to, work out. All we need is this stuff, this end to plug into the transmission, that side, and then just cut these.
Yeah, it'll put us where we need to be. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting that, and then we have our adapters.
Now, the question is, where is the other one? It's still in its packaging.
We could even take the angle grinder and cut this. There's a lot we can do to make it clean.
We should cut that with the angle grinder.
Yeah, that. All right, guys. Just took a razor blade box cutter opener thing. Cut it as straight as I could. So these should be now good for their adapters. We'll just use some hose clamps, and these should, I mean, even though these look like high pressure, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work fine, especially, or even at the levels that they're pushed to. Should be fine with that. We might even add some silicone RTV to it or something, you know, just really stick it in there. We're not trying to, we'll never be removing this fitting, so we should be good to proceed with that. We just are looking for the other one. Not exactly sure where it went, but we'll go ahead and get these on. All right, guys, we got the 3/8 lines in. I also put just on, like, the rim, just on the last bit, some RTV gasket maker. No fluid's going to go going through here for today, so it's definitely going to have tons of time to dry. We got these C-clips. I'm going to go ahead and install the lines into the transmission, and then past that, I'm not sure what else we're going to do today. It's getting kind of late. It's actually starting to rain again, so we're going to go ahead and get this on and show you.
Those little C-clips are like $3, guys. Don't lose your C-clips.
Yep. All right, let's get under there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's put those down there. So right up there, those are where the ports are. Let's do this one first to get out of the way. The other one looks pretty easy because it goes just right up into it. So why aren't you going in? Let's try this one. Yeah, so that one went in easy. Just pops right in, and then once it's popped in, get one of these clips and feed it through. So I have to figure out what side allows me to put it in. This basically just holds it in place so it can't come out on its own. All right, guys, we are running into some serious problems with this fitting. This one up here is just not accepting the C-clips. We'll probably be able to get it in just with some more fussing. But the bigger problem is this fitting. It was shaped like a D. It's supposed to be a circle to accept the fitting, but it was squished somehow. I mean, we never messed with it. I have no idea how it got messed up. It was working before. And then I got my a screwdriver in there and tried tapping it back into a circle. And it actually just broke the lip of the fitting. So what we're doing right now is we're going to be removing it. Unfortunately, this means we will need to order a part. Just not something that we have.
That's nothing new.
Yep.
Oh, it actually came out.
You know, this looks like it's a straight fitting. I don't know. I'll need to look in there. I did read that the 4L60E has a check ball in there that needs to be, like, you need that fitting for it to work.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I need to get flashlight up in there and look. But I don't see why we couldn't put an AN fitting in there. They sell them for these transmissions.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can see right there, that's where the lip, it was shaped like a D.
Yep.
And I chiseled it, or I tried bending it out with the screwdriver, and that didn't work. And even at that point, you can see the holes on the side were bent anyways, so we wouldn't be able to get a retaining clip in. I have no idea how that happened. It's really annoying.
Yeah, that is dumb as shit.
These are the clips here, and I can't even get this on the other one.
Is it like fucked at all?
It's totally possible. I mean, if we're gonna replace one, we could replace both.
Yeah, true. And even if there's no check ball, you know, we have the clips and everything for these, so might as well just buy new
fittings for both. Both of them were really rusty too.
But new and fittings is a little is tempting.
Yeah, I'll just get a flashlight and look up in there and see what I can find. Yeah, it's really unfortunate because we were just about to be done getting these fittings on, and you know.
Well, let's get that other problem child out.
The other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad it's not leaking any trans fluid on you.
Yeah. That one is, though. Not on me, but...
Ooh,
maybe this is the one they're talking about a check ball in.
Oh. Maybe?
Yeah, there's... well, I don't know.
And
I can't see all the way through it. There's a ball in there.
There's a check ball.
Yep. So the top one does. This one does not.
Definitely has a ball in it, yeah. Which means this is probably like the in. This is the out, maybe.
Something like that.
But yeah, you can definitely see it. The ball under a spring. There's a spring under there, and those little wires are holding the spring in. So it's holding the ball, and the pressure of the liquid is what goes through it.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely gonna need new ones.
This one still looks like it's in good condition. It's just really tough to get the clip in to retain it.
Yeah, might as well buy. Yeah, why? Here, let's give me the lines right now. Let me try and put the clip when it's not on the transmission. Because like, why wouldn't it?
All right, well, we're gonna mess with that. We're gonna do some research to find a replacement because this one is totally messed up. But we could definitely reuse this one, I think. This one is just messed up though, and this one also looks like it can just be a.
That's how it goes in.
You figured it out?
Yeah, I did figure it out.
Nice.
So
that needs to go into a divot.
Yeah. So basically,
Where's the other one?
Since there's 3 holes, you put the middle of it over that so it doesn't go into that middle one, and it'll clip into the other 2.
Gotcha.
And I guess that's it. Because yep.
So I could actually install this right now. Just go back up there and get a 3/4 inch. Do you want to replace this one? This one should work still.
I guess we don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's already clipped in.
Already clipped in.
I don't want to have to do that again. If we want to do one last thing, we can start placing the transcooler wherever that ended up.
Oh yeah, I put it back in the garage. We do need to.
We need to put it and then be done.
Have the people seen it?
Maybe. Let's go show them.
This little guy is it.
Yep. You know, you could get a bigger one too.
I could, and we might have to. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll be monitoring the temps pretty often this summer.
What do you have to monitor the temps with?
Well, nothing right now, but my OBD2 scanner was able to tell me.
All right, guys, I got the Loctite on now, and just threading in really easily. Chickens, you hear them. It's gonna do it tight. There we go. Okay. Don't want to over tighten it as well. Did it as, you know, tight as I reasonably could without hurting it. So that should be good to go. Put the cover on now. There we go. Yeah, we're just definitely going to need to get a new replacement for this one. It's just broke. But once we have that done, we'll have our trans lines in and should be ready to go and continue with all this stuff.
Oh yeah, where did we find that fitting on Monster Transmissions, you said?
Yeah, Monster Transmission sells and fittings. Also just replacement OEM fittings. So we're just going to buy them from Monster Trans. They're like $7, so it's really cheap. Yep. All right, and let's just grab the rest of the tools and whatnot from out from under here.
Okay.
And then I guess we can just finish off by kind of figuring out where we want to put the transcooler.
I might have to look for them on Triple Edge because I might have to support him.
Buy a bigger one?
Or no, just buy if he has these. I imagine he
oh yeah, definitely.
He would.
I'm sure he would.
Gotta support Dave.
Yep. So our first trans line's coming out right here.
So
we'll have to figure out a way to secure them so it's not just wobbling and stuff.
But one idea Davis had is just like right here, maybe if the fans have enough room. But since they bolt down, I'm not sure. Another idea is maybe, you know, maybe right in here, right in front of the this thing.
That would work too.
That would work because then it would get direct airflow and keep the transmission cool.
Yes, aim it down.
I just want the intercooler to be cool.
Yeah, once we redo because those are part of the intercooler lines.
Does this matter? Does gravity matter?
No.
No? Doesn't?
It'll pump it
Good.
through.
That's good. Once we have this shit out, it would make it easier. Yeah, that's...
It's got stuck on something. Anyway, something like that, you know.
Except
not
flat,
sideways.
Flat. It's this it's the intercooler hose is what it's getting caught up on. But I'm thinking, yeah, if it sits flat on this side alone, just one of the sides, then it won't rob too much airflow. I don't think it'll actually rob too much airflow at all.
It is actually pretty open
because it is open.
Yeah.
Which when it's open like that, it's less cooling for the actual thing. So I'm hoping this will be enough.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Let's go ahead and clean up all this stuff.
And there now.
That's fine. That's where it needs to be, right?
Yeah, it's where it needs to be. It's fine. But the oil lines should be really easy to run up.
Yeah,
like
super
that.
easy. Let's get hose clamps on them, tighten them down
We're
there.
We're just gonna have to figure out something to.
It'll be easier too once we remove the bumper.
Yeah.
I'd say next time we come here, hopefully.
Shit.
Nice. Okay, so next time you should hopefully have the intercooler lines so we can start on that. We can take the whole bumper off. That'll just give us all the room we need to figure out these lines. And then we can get the supercharger on and front exhaust and wire everything up.
Hell yeah, that sounds like a plan.
So let's go ahead and start cleaning up. All right, guys, we are done for today. I think we did some pretty good progress. I mean, we got the power steering pump in. We got the AC compressor in. We got the starter. Got the radiator fan out and started on the transmission lines. We still need to buy that fitting for the transmission, and then once we have that, we should be ready to continue with this.
Even without that fitting, we can definitely make a lot of progress.
Here, let's grab the intercooler pump real quick. All right, guys, I'm gonna try explaining this the best I can. So this is our intercooler pump. We have these inch fittings on it. Basically, we're gonna wanna face it like this. So we'll have the line coming into this fitting and then out that way. Right now, we have the intercooler pump right there. It's sitting on some angle iron, so I think what we're going to do is possibly replace that angle iron with this stuff. No, down that way. And it'll fit like that. It'll hang on it. Probably down there.
That fin does get in the way slightly, but
nah, that's fine. It'll work fine just like that.
Yeah, it will work.
So it'll hang like that, and it's actually clocked and angled perfectly to receive the hot coolant and flow the new one into the heat exchanger.
So it should work out perfect. In fact, we can even use that same piece of steel, that same bracket, drill another hole in it, and it'll be perfect.
So we're gonna go ahead and get the hood back on real quick, but I just wanted to show you where we're at.
Bee chilling out. Hey, Bee.
He's hanging out. He's drinking some water. Let's get that hood on just so there's no rain in there. Yep, I think pretty much done. If you'd like to buy a Jury Rig Garage sticker, it's $3.50. I will send you one. Just let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video.